month went so fast, as if less than a week. And as we depart this month, this month is leaving us. First and foremost, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sincerely that Allah accept our ibadat, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us sincerity, ikhlas in our actions and our deeds and everything that we do. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect our a'mal, small and big, from the effects of our nafs, from the effects of shaitan. Asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for protection of the a'mal, for acceptance of our actions, is as important or probably more important than action by itself. So we always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept our ibadah. As you know, every Saturday after Fajr, we have our Quran dars. We are studying Surah Al-An'am. It's in the beginning, almost a few dars we have done. So it would be good, inshallah, if you also try to attend. In that one, we also read that passage together and try to learn the tajweed, the basic tajweed recitation, and then we study the meaning and the tafsir of that. Now we are in the end of Surah Al-Furqan, and alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed us with tawfiq to finish 3 surahs. Surah Al-Luqman, Surah Al-Nur, and now we are finishing Surah Al-Furqan. Before the time runs out, this is the last part, the last section of Surah Al-Furqan, and in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions a few of His signs and miracles and some of His creation, and then He starts talking about the Ibadur Rahman, the Sifat, the attributes, the qualities of the servants, the slaves of the Most Merciful. So before it starts at ayah number 62, 63, 61 and 62, Tabarakalladhi, that the most blessed is the one, Ja'ala fi sama, the source of blessing, the source of increase in everything, in goodness and khair and rahmah and barakah, and keeping it and preserving it is Allah. Who Ja'ala fi sama, who has made, has created, has placed above in the sky, burujan, constellations. These big constellations, the burj is the plural of burj, the manazil, the stations of some of these planets and some of these stars. وَجَعَلَ فِيهَا سِرَاجًا وَقَمَرًا مُنِيرًا. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed inside in the space, Sirajan is the sun. Siraj is the type of source of light that gives its own light, that emits its own light. Siraj, the misbah, the light bulb, that it is the source of light, which is the sun. And وَقَمَرًا مُنِيرًا, and the moon, which is munir. And munir is the type of light that reflects something else's light. It doesn't have the light of its own. That's munir. So, and the science has also, we know that the sun emits its own light and the moon reflects the sun's light. And in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when described the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu inna arsalnaka shahidan wa mubashiran wa nadhira wa da'iyan ila Allah bi'idhnihi wa sirajan munira. He describes him by both names, Siraj and Munir. You are the sun and you are the moon. You have your own light, your own akhlaq, your own manners, your own personality, your own role model. In and of yourself, you have that. Wa munira, and you are reflecting the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the light of the divine revelation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in the meantime,
You are both, Siraj and Munir. The sun cannot reach you, sun is only Siraj. The moon cannot reach you, it's only Munir. You are both, Siraj and Munir. Munira. وَهُوَ الَّذِي جَعَلَ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ. And Allah is the one who has made the night and the day. خِلْفَةً. That follow one another. That comes after one another. لِمَنْ أَرَادَ. And all of these are mentioned. The creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from small to big. لِمَنْ أَرَادَ. For those people, for those who want to, who wish to. أَنْ يَذَّكَّرَ. To be reminded, to learn, to be aware. أو أراد شكورا. And or for those people who wants to be grateful to Allah, to show gratitude and thankfulness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now up to there, it is about Allah and His attributes, His sifat, His greatness, His oneness, His power and control. Now right after that, in ayah number 63, Allah mentions from here to the end, the sifat, the attributes and qualities of Ibad al-Rahman. Ibad is the plural of abd. Abd in Arabic language, basic meaning is slave, servant. The ibad of ar-Rahman, the slaves of the most merciful. Now, to be abd of Allah is the greatest of honor. Being abd, being slave of any person, it is very disgrace. It is humiliation and embarrassment, and it is wrong among people. Because that relationship is not based on rahmah and mercy and care and kindness. The people, the master is not treating the slaves in a good manner. They are not merciful. They are taking their freedom. They are not giving them, what they deserve. And in the past, and even very recent history of this country, when was the slavery abolished? 1870,
64. 1864.
Yeah, but it was officially abolished, but slavery continued all the way until World War II, 1945-46. Even the slaves fought in World War II, but they came back and they were still slaves. They were still treated, even they lost their lives, they lost their everything, but they still were treated as slaves as badly as all this civil rights movement of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and so many other people were just to give basic rights of these people. But to be the slave of Allah, this is the greatest honor and the greatest respect that you can get, the greatest title that you can achieve. How do we know that? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam his abd, his servant, his slave, when he elevates his status, when he mentions him in the highest of all in honor and respect and dignity. Subhanalladhi asra bi'abdihi. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala invited him to Jerusalem and then from there to the skies and above the skies, and no one else has gone that far, even Jibreel alayhi salam. When Allah gave him that high status, He called him abd. He didn't say Subhanalladhi asra bi nabiyhi aw bi rasulihi aw bi Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He said bi abdihi. That is the highest level of servitude and closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So one to be abd of Allah, this is a very great honor. And there is a beautiful poetry that says, "Oh Allah, I thank you and for making me an imam and giving me the title of your abd, and giving me the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam as my guide, as my leader." So being the abd of Allah, in another surah, Surah Al-Jinn, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَنَّهُ لَمَّا قَامَ عَبْدُ اللَّهِ. And when the abd of Allah, the servant, the slave of Allah stood up to give da'wah. So da'wah is, giving da'wah to Allah is another great honor and title, and there Allah calls him as his abd, and some other places. So being the abd of Allah, and then the abd of the most merciful. So when you are the abd of the tremendously, greatly merciful Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are in safe place. You are in good place. You are in honorable and respectful place. Your title is the most respectable title. Because Allah doesn't say Ibadullah, Ibadur Rahman. That master is the most merciful, the unimaginably imaginable merciful. The Prophet ﷺ said, Allah has divided His Rahmah into 99 parts. He has sent one part of it among the people, that mother and father and children and brothers and sisters and friends, they show to one another. That's for one part of the 100 parts of the Rahmah. He has kept the 99 parts of His Rahmah, His mercy to His servants. And one day the Prophet ﷺ says, do you think a woman will throw her child into hellfire? And the Prophet says, no, not at all. He said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is more merciful on you than that mother and her child. So, Ibadur Rahman, this is a great, and it takes a lot of discussion just to talk about this, to show your servitude, your ibadah, your worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful. This is the beginning of the sentence. This is called in Arabic language the mubtada. Those who know a little bit of Arabic. The mubtada. And every mubtada, every beginning, every subject in a sentence needs a khabar, needs a predicate, needs a conclusion or an answer. Every mubtada needs an answer to it. If I say, for example, Washington DC, and then I talk about something different, you will be anticipating what is about Washington DC. Or if I say Medina Masjid, you will be expecting something to be told about that. What is expected is khabar, is giving some information about Medina or any other location. So here he says, Ibadur Rahman, what about them? What is so important about them? And the answer is about 15, 16 ayahs back. In ayah number 75, أُولَٰئِكَ يُجْزَوْنَ الْغُرْفَةَ. Ibadur Rahman are the people who will be getting ghurfa, the palaces, the mansions in Jannah. So what is in the middle? The middle is like many ayat, but it is like a huge long sentence giving some qualities for these Ibadur Rahman. Some of their attributes. Ibadur Rahman, those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 qualities, they will get Jannah. Now, the sifat are, one cannot achieve all of them at once. But it's a ladder, it's a path in which you slowly strive and you do your best to achieve one after another. If I'm bad in one, I'm good at some others, I try on that part that I'm not good at. We will look at all these qualities. If I'm good at 2 or 3 and the others I'm missing, I will try one by one to get there. But it is not required, it is not expected that we are perfect in all of them all at once. There are a few of them that are absolutely required. Iman, staying away from shirk, and some of the other important ones, and they're also mentioned in Surah Al-Ma'arij. إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ خُلِقَ هَلُوعًا إِذَا مَسَّهُ الشَّرُّ جَزُوعًا وَإِذَا مَسَّهُ الْخَيْرُ مَنُوعًا إِلَّا الْمُصَلِّينَ. Those are the bare minimum sifat in Surah Al-Ma'arij. And they're also mentioned in Surah Al-Mu'minun in the very beginning, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. And those are also some of the bare minimum required ones. These are now the highest ones that you just try. You want to do as much as you can. And if you try your best and achieve some of them, you are counted in the Ibadur Rahman. So Ibadur Rahman, alladhina yamshuna. The first quality, the first attribute and sifat that is mentioned is not about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your relationship to Allah. This first is about your relationship to people, how you treat others, how you walk on the earth, how you conduct yourself. Ibadur Rahman, alladhina, those, yamshuna. Remember, I didn't say Ibadur Rahman are those, because that's not the khabar. The khabar is in the aim. Ibadur Rahman, those who do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 pieces will get done. That is the khabar. So Ibadur Rahman are those, Ibadur Rahman, those yamshuna. I don't know if this is very clear, but it makes a huge difference if you say are or you don't say are. Ibad al-Rahman, those who walk on the earth, ala al-ardi hawna. They walk on the earth with humbleness, humility. Now the word hawn is very, very, huge, and it is very comprehensive. It shows humility, humbleness, ease, simplicity, gentleness, kind and caring. All of them are in hawn. They are so approachable. They are so easy to talk to. People are not intimidated, scared to go and talk to them. They are so accessible. Even if whatever their position may be, people like to go and talk to them because they are easy. They are lenient, they are gentle, and they are showing their kindness and care. Hauna, and they are always humble and show humility, and they never show arrogance and pride. وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا. But how about if they are kind and caring and they are, that they show that type of a good attitude, but the life is not always perfect, and you cannot expect roses on your path all the time. You will see ignorant people, you will see people that will not be that nice and kind and caring and gentle. So the test of Ibadur Rahman, to show that you are really hawn, to show that you are really humble and you are really kind and gentle. When people show ignorance, when they treat you bad, you answer back with salama, with peace, with care, with gentleness. Peace means that you are not hurting people. Peace, a place which there is peace. Salam means there is a peace, there is tranquility, there is no harm, there is no hurtful feeling, there is no insult, there is no disrespect. So you yourself are treating people with all these sifat, with kind and care and all of that. How about answering people's ignorance and harshness? You answer back with not with insults, not with insult, not with disrespect, not with harm. So you are not harming, and you are answering people's harm and disrespect with salam, with goodness. This is their day. This is with their people, with the community, family, relatives, and people at large. But how about night? What is the relationship with Allah? Then they at night stand up and they cry and they worship and they are in munajat, they are in begging with special relationship with Allah. وَالَّذِينَ, and those yabituna who spend nights لِرَبِّهِمْ, for their Lord, for their Master, for Allah. لِرَبِّهِمْ, specially, exclusively for Allah. Sujjadan, in sujood, wa qiyaman, and in standing. Meaning in the prayer, whatever they can do. And it is mentioned in many, many other ayat of the Quran, in Surah Dariyat and other places, and describing muttaqin and their sifat. So at night they stand up and they show their servitude and their ibadah, they worship to Allah, and they ask and they make du'as. وَالَّذِينَ, and those يَقُولُونَ, now they make dua, they are not proud and arrogant, although they are treating people good. They are trying to be as nice as they can. They are standing up at night. They are doing everything, but still they turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for asking help, for guidance, for perseverance, for consistency, for thabat in their actions and deeds, for being steadfast. يَقُولُونَ, they are saying, رَبَّنَا, O our Lord, O our Master, O Allah, isrif anna adab jahannam. O Allah, keep us away from adab jahannam. Keep the fire of Jahannam away from us. Even though they do all their ibadat and everything, they're still scared. They're still afraid. They still have that type of fear inside, and they turn to whom? To their Creator, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inna adabaha kana gharama. And they say that the adab of Jahannam is gharama, is something that stays and that sticks with you. Na'udhu billah minha, if we are thrown into that, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of us. Gharama, it is something that will stay, that will stick, and we will be there. Innaha sa'at mustaqaran wa muqama. This is the explanation of the fire. This fire is very bad mustaqar, very bad place to be. Wa muqama, and very bad place to be forever. Remember, I think yesterday I mentioned, mustaqar means staying there for a while, just taking a rest, taking maybe for, for a little while, for muqama and there forever. So the fire of hell is bad even for a little while and forever. And we may have seen people saying, it's okay if I do sins and still have iman, but I'm going to go to Jahannam for a weekend or for a month or so. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in one of the ayat says, وَإِن يَمْسَسْهُمْ نَفْحَةٌ مِّنْ عَذَابِ رَبِّهِمْ. Let alone the adab, even the air of that adab, nafha. Nafha is not the adab itself, not the fire itself. Only the air of that adab, if it comes to you, you will be destroyed. Only the air of that place. نَفْحَةٌ مِّنْ عَذَابِ رَبِّهِمْ. If you cannot stand the air coming from there, then the adab itself will be way too harsh and too hard for mustaqar, for a little while, or for a long time. وَالَّذِينَ إِذَا أَنفَقُوا. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala turns to their spending. When they are spending on themselves, on their family, on their children, on the people around them, in any cause, in any way, from any type of spending, they are not doing israf, extravagant, just wasting, and they're not so stingy and bakhil, right in the middle. When there is need, they spend. And the ulama explained this so beautifully. Spending in the causes, in good causes, in the cause of Allah, in sadaqah, no matter how much you spend, that's not israf. But spending on your own self more than what you need, more than what is necessary, is israf. And then they also say, spending even a penny in disobedience of Allah is israf. Spending any amount that will cause you sin and wrong and bad, it is israf. So they're responsible financially. They have financial responsibility and they are right in the middle. And this is mentioned in another ayat, but I cannot go into detail. وَالَّذِينَ إِذَا أَنفَقُوا. And these who spend, when they spend, لَمْ يُسْرِفُوا. They don't do israf. They don't go overboard. They are not extravagant. وَلَمْ يَقْتُرُوا. And they are not so stingy, so bakhil. وَكَانَ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ قَوَامًا. And they are right in the middle of that. Not so much israf, not so much bukhl, right in the middle. وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَدْعُونَ مَعَ اللَّهِ إِلَهًا آخَرَ. Now this is absolutely required because this is Iman and Tawheed. And these Ibadur Rahman, لَا يَدْعُونَ مَعَ اللَّهِ إِلَهًا آخَرَ. They're not calling on anyone besides Allah, any other God, any other deity, any other thing or person or any other entity. And very amazingly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions dua, yadu'una. Allah doesn't say la ya'buduna, because dua is the essence of ibadah. Dua is the crux and the maghz of ibadah, if you will. In one hadith, the Prophet says, ad-du'a huwa al-ibadah. Dua in and of itself is the dua. What is prayer? Prayer is nothing but dua, from the beginning to the end. You are standing in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala making dua in every ayah, in every in sujood and everything. That's all. The whole salah is a kind of dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So dua in and of itself is showing your need, showing your weakness, and you are begging Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for things that you need here and in the hereafter. That whole process is ibadah. And they are not calling on anyone besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No pir, no sheikh, no ziyarat, no qabr, no nabi, na'udhu billah minha, anyone. Yes, they ask for help, for knowledge, they go and they guidance and all of that. But when it comes to dua, when it comes to ibadah, when it comes to showing your need, only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لا يدعون مع الله إلها آخر ولا يقتلون النفس التي حرم الله. And they do not transgress over people. They do not transgress and do any dhulm on people by taking their life, by spilling their blood. إلا بالحق, except if there is a haq. Now that haq should come through courts and judge and process and all of that. If somebody has killed anyone and there is qisas, that qisas has to go through process, and if there is proof, that will be dealt with like that. is known, and they are staying away from adultery, zina, and fornication, and all types of, indecency and haram. وَمَنْ يَفْعَلْ ذَلِكَ يَلْقَى أَثَامًا. And if any person does and commits any of these things, يَلْقَى أَثَامًا, they will see their adab. يَلْقَى, they will meet. لِقَى, they will meet their adab. They will see their adab, their punishment. And يُضَاعَفْ لَهُ الْعَذَابُ. This is now a little bit complicated. يُضَاعَفْ, their adab will be doubled. Now the normal justice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one sin, one adab. One good deed, minimum is what? 10 times, right? But here يُضَاعَفْ لَهُ الْعَذَابُ. His adab will be doubled. The ulama mentioned for 2 reasons. He's a believer and he's doing that. That's one. Number 2, the fahisha, the indecency, the hayai and these things, when he does it and he spreads it in the community. So the effect and the athar of that is spreading to the community, and that's why his adab will be double. يُضَاعَفْ لَهُ الْعَذَابُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, on the day of judgment, he will get double adab. وَيَخْلُدْ فِيهِ مُهَانًا, and he will be staying there, muhanan, embarrassed, humiliated. If he did any humiliation to people here, he will take that, he will give that in the akhirah. Illa, but there is a way to get out of that. Even if Ibadur Rahman, even if they were very pious and good, but they did something wrong. We are not perfect. We are not angels. Even if something happened, they turn back. Illa, except man taba, those who do tawbah and return and repentance, what they do tawbah, they regret, and tawbah has a lot of conditions, a lot of requirements. They do tawbah and repent and regret what they did, and they decide not to do it again. That is all they. And if they have transgressed against anyone, they go and ask, return their haqq if they can, and ask for forgiveness and all of that. And then وَآمَنَ, and they believe. But they already believe. That means they strengthen their iman. They work on their iman now. Now they improve their iman now, not to go there again. And iman also comes from aman. Aman means that you are in safe zone. You try to stay in the safe zone, not to go to the dangerous zone. Because when you have iman, you are in the safe place. And you try to strengthen your defenses against shaitan, against your nafs, against anything that will take you away from the safe zone to the dangerous zone. That is called iman. Amana meaning increasing their defenses, increasing their shields in iman and strengthening their iman. وَآمَنَ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا, and they don't stop there. They made tawbah, they try to increase their iman, but they do good deeds now. They increase in goodness. وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا, they do corrective actions. If they have done something wrong, they have to do something good to correct that, to fix that. So وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا means وَعَمِلَ عَمَلًا صَالِحًا, they do fix their wrong. فَأُولَٰئِكَ, these people, يُبَدِّلُ اللَّهُ سَيِّئَاتِهِمْ حَسَنَاتٍ. Allah will turn their bad deeds into good deeds, depending on their sincerity, depending how much they try their best, depending how sincere and good their tawbah was, depending how much they are trying to increase their iman, and how much good deeds they want to show. The past bad deeds will turn into good deeds. That's one meaning. Another meaning is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from now on will give them tawfiq. Instead of bad, they will be able to do good. But any bad that they were committing, Allah will give them the tawfiq to turn that, to change and switch from that bad to the good side. And it is true in regards to new Muslims, that their past will all be wiped out, and even their past deeds will turn to good deeds. They will not have any bad deeds in their book of deeds except good ones. يُبَدِّلُ اللَّهُ سَيِّئَاتِهِمْ حَسَنَاتٍ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ غَفُورًا رَحِيمًا, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all forgiving and merciful. وَمَنْ تَابَ. Now when we do tawbah, this is another ayah of ikhlas. And when we do tawbah, we don't do it for people's attention. We don't do it and we return from our bad deeds to show off, to attract people, to impress people. We do it for Allah. We don't care if people believe us or not, we gave up our bad deeds. Even if people still call us on our bad past, it's okay, I'm doing it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَنْ تَابَ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا and those who do tawbah and they do good deeds, فَإِنَّهُ indeed him يَتُوبُ إِلَى Allah. He is turning to Allah. He is returning to Allah. So he is doing that for Allah, not for any other people, not to impress, not to attract people's attention, not to expect people to say, oh, MashaAllah, he is now so good, he is coming to masjid, he was doing such and such things. I don't care if people say it or not. I don't care if people notice it or not. My relationship, my business is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ilallahi mataba, they are turning sincerely to Allah. وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَشْهَدُونَ الزُّورَ. Another sifat, another attribute of the Ibadur Rahman. Those who are not lying. La yashhaduna zur, many meanings. Number one, they are not lying themselves. Number two, they are not attending. They are not going to places and things and gatherings where which are based on lies, which are based on sins and wrong. Number three, they do not, which is the more important meaning, is they don't testify on lies. My brother committed something wrong, and now we are coming to a court or to a community or something, or some people are intermediate, and I say, no, my brother did it wrong, right, my brother was correct, and I know he was wrong. I know he was lying. I know he has committed something wrong. This is shahadatul zur. And by the way, this is one of the kaba'ir gunah. This is one of the major sins. That you know something, but you still testify wrongly. This is kabira. This is kaba'ir. And we have in our countries, in front of the court, there are people, when you need witnesses, shahid, they say, give me this much money, I'll go and stand in front of the judge and testify. That's testification on zur, shahadatul zur. And this shahadatul zur will be the worst of all, in one of the hadiths, the worst of all kaba'ir, the worst of all major sins, shahadatul zur. They are not testifying on lies and on falsehood. وَإِذَا مَرُّوا بِاللَّغْوِ مَرُّوا كِرَامًا. What about if there is a party, in family, in my work, in my workplace, in my neighborhood, and I have to be there, or they invited me, or how can I conduct myself? وَإِذَا مَرُّوا بِاللَّغْوِ. And if there is lagw, if there is any vain and unnecessary, unimportant action and work and anything, marru kirama. They show honor, they show dignity. They do not go and take part in that. If they do, they just show that they are not part of that. And they just slowly get out of that. They slowly stay away from that. But the word kirama is very important. They don't fight. They don't, destroy that scene and that place. But they also tell people that I'm not part of it. I cannot be engaging in what you are doing. To show that, and that can become a way of da'wah even in the workplace, in other places. So they with dignity, with honor, with the honesty, they stay away from that. وَالَّذِينَ إِذَا ذُكِّرُوا بِآيَاتِ رَبِّهِمْ لَمْ يَخِرُوا عَلَيْهَا صُمًّا وَعُمْيَانًا. This ayah talks about when we are reminded, and a few more ayahs left, inshallah. When we are reminded of any of mistakes, we do not become arrogant and we say, who are you to tell me? Why are you giving me this advice? Even if I know I'm wrong, but I cannot take it. And they're telling me, this is the ayah, this is the hadith, this is the way. But I become so arrogant and so proud. And my ego, it makes me not accept the truth, not accept the advice. وَالَّذِينَ إِذَا ذُكِّرُوا. And these Ibadur Rahman, when they are reminded, the ayat rabbihim, with the ayat of their master, the whole passage talks about Rabb and slave, Rabb and slave. لَمْ يَخِرُّوا عَلَيْهَا صُمًّا. They don't fall on those ayat and those reminders as deaf and blind. When they hear it, they listen and they follow and they obey. Umar radiallahu anhu was called Waqaf inda ayatillah. Waqaf. One of his titles, one of his sifat was he was so much standing firm and answering and responding, accepting the criticism or the advice coming from anyone when they mentioned to him an ayah or a hadith, and people would stand up to him Despite him being so strong, so, people being from outside scared of him and that, but anyone could stand up to him and say, Omar, you are wrong. And he would say, tell me the truth. And when ayah or hadith was mentioned, yes, that's true. And we all know a very famous incident that a woman stood up to him and said, Omar, you are wrong. This is the issue. This is the masala. And he said, Subhanallah, the woman knows and Omar doesn't know. She knows more than you. So when doesn't matter what our level of ilm and knowledge and status may be, when we are reminded of something, we should be humble. We should show humility. And this is a great lesson of humility, that we should say thank you very much. But there is another thing, that whoever is giving advice should also be wise and intelligent, should be very kind and caring, should not put him on spot in front of in the public, should not criticize him and say things in the public. He should go privately, talk to him, and this is what I understand, this is what I know. We're not Omar. Omar was giant. Omar was a mountain. Omar could take the criticism in front of people, in public. He was not humiliated. He was not embarrassed. But a lot of us, including any one of us, if we are criticized, if we are put down in front of people in public, we become, defensive. Even if we know, we become defensive. We come up with excuses. But Omar never ever came with excuses. Even a little boy or girl or woman or man or anyone came to him and said, you are wrong? Yes, I'm wrong. Thank you. But so for the one who gives advice, has to also be very careful in private, in a very gentle and kind and caring manner. لم يخروا عليه صم وعميانا, they don't turn their blind eyes and deaf ears. والذين يقولون ربنا. Now after all of this, they still keep making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Doing everything that was mentioned of the sifat and qualities and attributes, they still turn to Allah. Rabbana, O our Lord. Hablana, gift us. Hab, wahab, yahab, wahab. Gift us, give us. Min azwajina, from our families, from our spouses. Wa dhurriyatina, from our children. Qurrata ayun, the coolness of our eyes. Make our children, our family, the coolness of our eyes in this dunya, in this life, and in the hereafter. What is coolness of eyes? When you see them obedient, when you see them pious, when you see them good and acting and they are always showing goodness, you become happy. Your eyes become very cool and happy. Just a side note, sometimes you cry out of joy and happiness and pleasure, and sometimes you cry out of sadness and pain and that. And the tears of joy are always cold. The tears of sadness are always warm. This is a fact. When you are doing it out of pain and sadness and anger, those tears are very warm. But when you are very happy and joyful because you said something, or you saw something very nice and good, and you are so happy, those tears are warm, cold. وَجَعَلْنَا لِلْمُتَّقِينَ إِمَامًا. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make us imam, make us leaders of the muttaqin. That doesn't mean everyone becomes an imam and leader, but make us of those who, good people, in the company of good people, that they look after. We become a role model to good people, especially it is mentioned in the context of family. So my family, my children, my offspring, my nephews, my cousins, make me a means, make me a guide for them, give me the tawfiq to be their guide in the right manner, the right way. للمتقين إماما. So this is a very good dua, we should learn this. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. So day and night, especially when we want to make dua for our children and family, this is the best dua. أولئك يجزون. This is their khabar now. Remember in the beginning we said about the Rahman, what about them? أولئك يجزون غرفة. About the Rahman will give غرفة. And in the middle, that was all describing them. They have these qualities. And in the end, they will get أولئك, these people, يجزون, they will be rewarded al-ghurfata. Ghurfa in Arabic language means room. In normal Arabic. But in Quranic Arabic, it means palace. It means the highest mansions, castles. الغرفة بما صبروا, and they will get it because of their sabr. Bima, with the, and the word is, they could, this sentence could be like this: أولئك يجزون الغرفة بصبرهم. Oh, but because here, bima sabr, what an amazing sabr they have. This ma shows amazement. What an amazing, what a beautiful patience they have. So all these sifat need a lot of patience. Treating people good, turning people's bad with goodness, and standing up at night, and crying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and being moderate and responsible in your spending, and staying away from shirk and from zina and indecency and bihayai and all of that, and doing everything, returning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when we do wrong, and not lying and not doing anything that testifying on zur and lie. Everything needs a lot of patience. And patience is not despairing. Patience means consistency, continuity. Not like I'm good one day and the next day I take a break. In masjid, I'm so pious, so good, but as soon as I go to my store, I'm a different person. That's not sabr. Sabr means you are consistently, continuously, and persistently in all your life you show the same attitude, the same sifat, the same akhlaq. So because of that sabr, and alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of us, that in the month of Ramadan we had to have a lot of sabr in many ways. And that sabr it will inshallah reward us with the ghurfa. وَيُلَقَّوْنَ فِيهَا تَحِيَّةً وَسَلَامًا, and they will be received. We wish we had time, like 2-3 hours to talk about everything. وَيُلَقَّوْنَ, and they will be welcomed. They will be received as dignitaries. You know, when you go to White House, for example, I know this White House is now, any important place, and they put for you the red carpet, and they have band here and there, and they have salute for you. That's how you will be received for in Jannah. This ayah says, tahiyyatan, yulaqawna, they will be received, they will be welcomed, tahiyyatan, with that salute, wa salaman, and with greetings of salam. And this is mentioned in many other ayat. وَالْمَلَائِكَةُ يَدْخُلُونَ عَلَيْهِمْ مِنْ كُلِّ بَابٍ salam. And the angels will be coming to them from every side and saying salam to them. So you will be received like a king, or even more than a king, like a very important person, like a dignitary. And this is mentioned also in Surah Al-Zumar. When I say these ayat, and if we have time, we go and turn to those ayat and explain, you will get a big and wonderful picture of the whole thing. So in Surah Al-Zumar, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَسِيقَ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا إِلَى الْجَنَّةِ زُمَرًا. That this Zumar is this group. Any group that you are together for tahajjud, together for Taraweeh, together for any other actions and deeds, you are working together, and the Day of Judgment you will be brought together to go into Jannah together. And you will be knowing one another, you will recognize one another, you will be so happy and hugging one another. Zumara. And before, as soon as you get there, the angels are waiting for you, they are greeting you, they are doing salutation for you, and they are opening the door. وَفُتِحَتْ أَبْوَابُهَا وَقَالَ لَهُمْ خَزَنَتُهَا سَلَامٌ عَلَيْكُمْ كُنتُمْ تَدْخُلُونَهَا خَالِدِينَ. That they will say salam and good for you, we are happy for you, so happy that you came here, and we are receiving you with all this dignified reception. Tahiyatan wa salama. Khalidina fiha, they will be there forever. Hasunat mustaqara wa muqama, and this is an excellent place to be, even for a little while, or muqama, or forever. Remember in the ayat before we said Jahannam is very bad place, very terrible place for a little while or forever. But here Allah says Jannah, Hasunat, it's excellent place to be there for a little while or forever. قُلْ مَا يَعْبَأُ بِكُمْ رَبِّي. Now the last ayah is a kind of warning and a kind of good news in the meantime. Tell them, مَا يَعْبَأُ بِكُمْ رَبِّي. Allah doesn't care. Simple, I'm putting it in simple English. Allah doesn't care whether about you go to Jannah or Hellfire. It's all in your hands. You become Ibad al-Rahman, Na'udhu Billah, or Adu al-Rahman. It's all in your hands. لَوْلَا دُعَاءُكُمْ. It is all because of your du'as. It is your du'as that you do, and you turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala day and night. And the importance of du'a from the beginning of the chapter, this section to the end of the section is repeated again and again and again. And some people say, why dua? Allah knows our situation. Allah knows what I'm doing, what. And this ayah, this passage tells us why dua is very important. And dua, there are some types of qadr, some type of destiny that dua can change. And Allah has made it as such that this qadr is dependent on his dua. If he makes dua, I will change it. لَوْلَا دُعَاءُكُمْ. If it was not your dua, Allah doesn't care which way you go. فَقَدْ كَذَّبْتُمْ. The Prophet, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, tell the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, tell these people, فَقَدْ كَذَّبْتُمْ. You didn't take the path of Ibad al-Rahman, but you كَذَّبْتُم. You denied and you rejected. فَسَوْفَ يَكُونُ لِزَامًا. And definitely, that adab will be nizam. That adab will be sticking to you. And it will be lazim. You will get it. Because of your behavior, your choices, what you decided, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that adab will come to you. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد ان لا اله الا انت نستغفرك ونتوب اليك وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلق محمد وعلى اله وصحبه اجمعين.